Hi everyone, today we are going to learn index number, which is the last chapter in Form 4 Additional Mathematics. What is index number? Let's look at this conversation. The man said, I bought this laptop at 1,800 ringgit last year. The lady said, I bought this laptop at 1,980 ringgit this year. From the conversation, we found that the price of the laptop increased this year if compared to the price last year. If we calculate the percentage change in the price of the laptop, we can say that there is an increase of 10% in the price. Then we can make a relation regarding the index number. The percentage can be written as 110. Okay. How to calculate the index number? To calculate the index number, we use this formula. Index number equals to Q1 over Q0 times 100, where Q0 is the price or quantity at the base year, and Q1 is the price or quantity at a particular year. Base year is the year we want to compare to. And please take note that there is no unit for index number. As we know, if the value of index number is greater than 100, it means that there is an increase when compared to base year. If the index number is less than 100, there is a decrease when compared to the base year. Like the example that I shared just now, the index number of the laptop is 110, means there is an increase of 10% in the price of this year compared to last year. Another formula is composite index. It is a total of index multiplied by weightage divided by the total of weightages, where I is the index number, W is the weightages, and the weightage can be in the form of percentage, ratio, pie chart, or bar chart. Let's look at some example. Example 1. The table shows the price of 4 materials A, B, C, and D used to produce a type of shampoo in the year 2015 and 2010. Look at this table. The first column shows the material A, B, C, D. And the next column shows the cost in Ringgit Malaysia for the year 2010 and 2015 respectively. The last column shows the weightage in percentage. Question A. Calculate the price index for each material in the year 2015 based on the year 2010. If you want to find the price index, this is the formula that we are going to use. We just apply the formula, but we need to determine first, year 2010 is a base year and year 2015 is a particular year, so that we can substitute the cost into this formula. For example, material A, we refer back to the table in the question just now. The cost for material A in 2010 is 1 ringgit and 40 cents and 2015 is 2 ringgit and 10. So we substitute 2 ringgit and 10 divide by 1 ringgit and 40 cents times 100. Then we will get 150. So as material B, C, and D. For material B, we will get 104. Material C, we can get 120. And material D, we will get 124. This is the price index for all the materials used by using this formula. Next, question B. Calculate the composite index for all the materials in the year 2015 based on the year 2010. Interpret your findings. This question has two parts. First, you need to calculate the composite index. Second, you have to interpret what you get. Again, very important. The particular year is 2015 and the base year is 2010. When we want to find the composite index, this is the formula that we are going to use. I is the index number. The index number for A, B, C, D, 150, 104, 120, and 124 that we obtained in question A just now. W is the weightage. Where to get a weightage? We refer back to the table in the question. The weightage is shown in the table where material A 10%, material B 20%, material C 40%, and material D 30%. We substitute all the value into this formula. Then we will get the composite index, which is 121. Okay, how to interpret the findings? After you get the composite index 121, you have to explain what does it mean by 121. 121 here means the price of all the materials has increased 21% from the year 2010 to year 2015. Question C. Determine the price of the shampoo in the year 2010 if the price is 2 ringgit and 65 cents in year 2015. Again, we use this formula where year 2010 is the base year and year 2015 is the particular year. By finding the price of the shampoo, we divide 2 ringgit and 65 cents by the price in 2010, multiply by 100. The index number is 121, which we get from question B just now. After we calculate, we will get the price of the shampoo in year 2010, which is 2 ringgit and 19 cents. Next, we look at example 2. The table below shows the price indices and the change in cost of 4 products P, Q, R, and S made by a factory. The bar chart which represents the number of products made by the factory in year 2012. Look at the table. The first column shows the product P, Q, R, S. Second column shows the price index in the year 2014 based on the year 2012. The third column shows the change in the cost for year 2014 to the year 2017. The bar chart here shows the number of products made by the factory, which indicates the weightage. Question A. The cost of product Q in the year 2014 is 1,800 ringgit. What is the corresponding cost of product Q in the year 2012? Please take note that the question is asking about the product Q. This is a formula that we are going to use. Q1 refer to 1,800 ringgit. Q0 refer to Q 2012, which is the base year, times 100 equals to 150. 150 is a price index for product Q, which we obtain in the table in the question. After we calculate, we can get the corresponding cost of product Q in the year 2012, which is 1,200 ringgit. Question B. Find the price indices for all the products in the year 2017 based on the year 2012. Please take note that we need to find the price index for each material PQRS for year 2017 based on the year 2012. Look at the table in the question. We have the change in the cost for 2014 to 2017. What does it mean by 10% increase? 10% increase means the index number is 110. Remain unchanged for product Q. Same. Increase 25% for product R means 125. For product X, decrease 5% means 95. So how are you going to find the price index for P? We use 110 divided by 100 times 120. 120 is the price index for year 2014 based on year 2012, which we get from the table here. So this is the price index for Q, R, and also S. Question C1. Calculate the composite index for the total cost of the factory in the year 2017 based on the year 2012. If you want to find the composite index, this is the formula that we are going to use. We need to use the price index that we found in B to substitute to this formula for I. And where to get the W? This is where we get the W, the weightage. For example, the weightage for P is 1,500. For Q, 1,000. For R, 2,000. And for S is 500. We substitute all the weightage into this formula. Then we can get the composite index, which is 136.95. Question C2. Hence, find the total cost of the factory in the year 2017 if its corresponding cost in the year 2012 is 240,000 ringgit. This is the formula that we are going to use. Q1 is Q 2017. Q0 is the corresponding cost in year 2012. There is 240,000 times 100 equals to 136.95, which we get from C1 just now. After we calculate, we can get the cost in this value, which is 328,680. Now we look at example 3. The table below shows the price indices for the years 2014 and 2016 based on the year 2010 of 3 items A, B, and C used in making a type of tire. Look at this table. We have item A, B, C. The second column shows the price index in year 2014. The third column shows the price index in year 2016. Do you know what is the meaning of this value in the bracket? 2010 equals to 100. This means that 2010 is the base year. Let's look at question A. The price of item C in year 2010 is 15 ringgit. And the price in the year 2016 is 16 ringgit and 20 cents. Find the value of N. In this question, it is talking about item C. So we need to refer back to the table and look for item C. The price index for item C in year 2014 is 104. But the price index in the year 2016, which is not given. We need to find the value of N. This is a formula that we are going to use. The N is the price index. Q1 is 16 ringgit and 20 cent, which is the price in 2016. And divide by 15 ringgit, which is the price in 2010. Times 100 will get 110. Question A2. The price of item C in year 2014. The price of item C in year 2014. What is the price index for item C in year 2014? We refer back to the table just now. The price index in the year 2014 is 104. How to get the price of item C in year 2014? We can use this formula to find the answer. Q 2014 divide by 15 ringgit, which is the price in the year 2010, where we get from the question just now, times 100 equals to 104. Then we'll get the price for 2014, which is 15 ringgit and 60 cent. Question B. The composite index for the production cost of the tire in the year 2014 based on the year 2010 is 110.5. The ratio of items for ABC used is 3 to K to 5. Find the value of K. What does it mean with this ratio? The ratio here shows the weightage. Now, how to get the composite index? We need to find it by using this formula. First of all, what is the index for item ABC for year 2014 based on year 2010? There is 115, 120 and also 104 when we get from the table just now in the question. Here it is. Okay, each of the price index multiplied by the weightage. 115 multiplied by 3 plus 120 multiplied by K plus 104 multiplied by 5. Then divide by the total weightage equals to 110.5, where we get from the question. After you calculate, you can get the value of K, which is 2. Question B2. Find the corresponding price of the tire in the year 2010. If the price of the tire in year 2014 is 90 ringgit. We want to get the price, so we use this formula. 90 over the price in 2010 multiplied by 100 equals to 110.5. 110.5 is the composite index for the tire in year 2014 based on the year 2010, which we get from the question B just now. Okay, after we calculate, we can get 81 ringgit and 45 cent, which is the price of the tire in year 2010. Question C. Find the price index of item B in the year 2016 based on the year 2014. For this question, I use a table to help me. We have 3 years involved here. There is 2010, 2014 and 2016. So I arrange the year from the bottom, 2010, 2014, 2014, and the last one, 2016. 2014 and 2014 is the same year, so the index is 100. 2010, 2014, here means the price index for 2014 based on 2010, which is 120. Where to get 120? Please take note that this question is asking for item B. We look back to the table in the question. Item B, here it is. The price index in the year 2014 based on 2010 is 120. That's why we put 120 here. Okay, what is 150? It is the price index for 2016 based on 2010. Where to get 150? From the table in the question 2. Item B, 150, which is the price index for year 2016 based on 2010. Okay, then what we want to find actually, we want to get the price index for year 2014 based on the year for base 2016 based on the year 2014. I put X here, which is the value that I want to find. How to get the value of X? I use cross multiplication. 100 times 150 divided by 120. Then I will get 125. Now we come to example 4. The table shows the items and the price in 2 years for making a cake. We have item P, Q, R, the price for year 2015, the price for year 2020, the price index for year 2020 based on year 2015, and the last column shows the weightage in percentage. Let's look at question A. Calculate the value of X, Y, and Z. What is X? What is Y? What is Z? We refer back to the table in the question. X is the price of year 2020 for item P. And Z is the price of year 2020 for item R. And Y is the weightage for item Q. How are we going to find the value of X here? This is the formula that we are going to use. The particular year is 2020 and the base year is 2015. What is the price index? What does it mean by increase 20% here? Increase 20% means 120. So we just apply this formula. X divided by 4 times 100 equals to 120. Then we will get the price for X. There is 4 ringgit and 80 cents. Okay, we look at Z first. Z is the price of year 2020 for item R. And the price index here shows decrease 10%. What does it mean by decrease 10%? It is 90. Again, we use this formula to calculate Z. Z divided by 5 times 100 equals to 90. Then we will get Z equals to 4 ringgit and 50 cents. How about Y? Y is the weightage of item Q. We have to take note that the total weightage in percentage must always be 100%. So how to get Y? 100 minus 30 minus 45. Then we can get 25. Question B. Calculate the composite index in year 2020 based on the year 2015 for making a cake. If we want to find the composite index, this is the formula that we need to use. Okay, means that we need the price index for the items and also the weightage. First of all, we need to find the price index of Q. Why we have to find the price index for Q? Look back to the table shown. It is blank. No value is shown here, is given here. So we need to calculate by our own. The price index for Q is 4 divided by 3.2 times 100, we get 125. Then the composite index is 120 multiplied by 30 plus 125 multiplied by 25 plus 90 multiplied by 45 and divide by the total weightage, which is 100. Then we will get the composite index with the value of 107.75. Let's look at question C. If the cost price to make a cake in year 2020 is 24 ringgit, calculate the cost price in year 2015. Again, year 2020 is a particular year and year 2015 is the base year. So, we apply this formula. 24 divided by Q 2015, which is the cost price for 2015, multiplied by 100 equals to 107.75, which we obtained from question B just now. After we calculate, we can get the cost price in year 2015, which is 22 ringgit and 27 cents. Example 5. The table shows the prices and the price indices for 4 ingredients K, L, M, and N used in making a particular kind of bread. The diagram is a pie chart which represents the ratio of the amount of the ingredients K, L, M, and N used in making the bread. Look at the table. The table shows the price of the ingredient in year 2003 and year 2006 for K, L, M, and N. Next, it also shows the price index for year 2006 based on the year 2003. This pie chart shows the amount of ingredients for K, L, M, and N. And actually, this pie chart shows the weightages. Question A. Find the values of P, Q, and R. What is P, Q, and R? We try to look at the table in the question. P is the price index for year 2006 based on the year 2003 for ingredient K. We have price 2003 and also 2006. So it is not difficult to find the price index for ingredient K, which is value P. Here it is the way to find the value of P. We apply this formula. 2 divided by 1.6 times 100, we get 125. What about Q? Q is the price for L for year 2006. The price for year 2003 is given, the price index is given, and again we can apply this formula. we can get the value of Q, which is 4 ringgit and 80 cents. What about R? R is the price for ingredient N in year 2003. We have the value of the price for 2006 and also the price index for N, which is 80. This is how we get the value R. R is 2 ringgit. Next, we look at question B1. Calculate the composite index for the cost of making the bread in the year 2006 based on the year 2003. When we refer back to the pie chart, as I said just now, the pie chart shows the weightages. We have the value for L, which is 100 degrees, M 120 degrees, and N 80 degrees. But how about K? Always take note that the weightage in pie chart always 360 degrees. So the value of K is 60. Then we can use this formula to find the composite index. We have the value of index number and also the value of weightages. Then we can get the composite index with the value of 121.9. Next, calculate the cost of making the bread in year 2003 if the corresponding cost in the year 2006 is 40 ringgit. Again, we apply this formula. 40 divide the price in 2003 multiplied by 100 equals to 121.9. This value we get from B1 just now. Okay, then the cost of making the bread in year 2003 is 32 ringgit and 81 cents. Last, question C. The cost of making the bread is expected to increase by 40% from the year 2006 to year 2010. Find the composite index for the cost of making the bread in year 2010 based on the year 2003. Now, here it involves 3 years, 2003, 2006, and also 2010. I use this table to help me. I write 2003 first, 2006, 2006, and then 2010. 2006 and 2006, it is same year, so I put 100. The index for 2006 based on 2003, it is 121.9, where we get it from question B1. How about this? 2010 based on 2006, which is 140. Where to get 140? From the question. It tells you that the cost of making the bread is increased by 40% from the year 2006 to 2010. So it is 140. This is what we want to get. The composite index for year 2010 based on 2003. I put X here. X is the value that I want to calculate. How to calculate X? There is a way. 121.9 times 140 divided by 100. Then you can get the answer 170.7. Example 6. The table shows the price increases for year 2013 based on year 2010, which is shown in this column. The changes in the price increases from year 2013 to 2014, which is shown in this column. And the last column shows the weightages for 4 brands of sport shoes. There is P, Q, R, S. Question A. The price of brand P and Q sport shoes is 40 ringgit and 50 ringgit respectively in year 2010. Ali buys a pair of brand P and 2 pairs of brand Q sport shoes in 2013. Calculate the amount Ali has to pay in that year. 40 ringgit and 50 ringgit is the price of the sport shoes in 2010. We need to get the price of sport shoes in 2013. How do we calculate it? From the table, we have the price index for sport shoes P and Q in year 2013 based on the year 2010. This is how we get the price for sport shoes P. 128 divided by 100 times 40. We get 51 ringgit or 20 cents. And for sport shoes Q, 130 divided by 100 times 50 ringgit, then we get 65 ringgit. So means that in year 2013, sport shoes P, the price is 51 ringgit 20 cents, and the price for sport shoes Q is 65 ringgit. The total amount of money that Ali has to pay is 51 ringgit 20 cents plus 2 times 65 ringgit because he buys a pair of brand P and 2 pairs of brand Q sport shoes. The total is 181.20 cents. Question D. The composite index for the prices for 4 brands of sport shoes in the year 2013 based on the year 2010 is 125.75. This is the formula that we are going to use. I is the index number. The index number we can get from the table in the question. Here it is. And the weightage also we get from the table. The composite index is 125.75. Then we can get the value of M, which is 3. Next, calculate the composite index for the prices of the 4 brands of sport shoes in year 2014 based on the year 2010. Notice that question B just now is the composite index for 2013 based on 2010. But here you need to find the composite index for year 2014 based on the year 2010. So you need the price index for year 2014. How to get the price indices for year 2014 for P, Q, R, and S? We look at the table in the question. This column shows the price indices from year 2013 to 2014. What does it mean by decrease 5%? What does it mean by increase 15%? Decrease 5% means 95. So we get the price index for year 2014 based on year 2010 by divide 95 with 100 times 128, we get 121.6. Q and R no change. S, after we calculate, we get 166.8. After that, we use this price index to substitute in this formula. W is the weightage for the 4 brands of sport shoes. There is 3, 4, 3, 2. After that, we can get the answer 127.5. question. Calculate the price of pair of sports shoes in the year 2014 if the corresponding price in the year 2010 is 75 ringgit. This is the formula that we can use. The base year is year 2010. The particular year is 2014. The price for 2014 divided by 75 times 100 equals to 127.8, which we get from the previous question. The price for the sports shoes in year 2014 is 95 ringgit and 85 cents. This is the QR code and link for the exercise. You can try it and ask your teachers or classmates to check your answers.
Hello everyone. So for today, hopefully you guys are ready with solution of triangles, and this topic would be in chapter 9, additional mathematics in form 4. So it is advisable for us to equip ourselves with the knowledge for this topic, since it gives us 10 marks provided in SPM for paper 2 in section C. Okay guys, for example 1, the diagram shows a triangle TVU. So as we can observe through the triangle here, it's been given the length for TU equal to 8 cm and the length for VU equal to 5 cm, and it has only been given one angle, 70 degree. Alright, so question A, it wants us to calculate the length of TV. So before we start, it is better for us to remember that for solution of triangles, it involves 4 types of formulas. So formula number 1 will be sine rule, formula number 2 will be cos rule, formula number 3 would be area of triangle, involves 1/2, multiply A, multiply B, multiply by sine C, and we have the third formula, that will be Heron's formula. Alright, so for this question A, it wants us to calculate the length of TV. Before we start, it is better for us to label the length for TV. So TV would be here. So I just label with a question mark over here. Okay, so in order for us to solve this question, first of all, we need to determine whether it does involve an area. No, right? So if there is nothing to do with area, we just ignore the third and fourth formula that I mentioned just now. That left us with 2 formulas. There will be sine rule and cos rule. So for sine rule, for us to use sine rule, make sure that we have 2 opposites. Okay, so do we have 2 opposites? Let us check. For length TV, the opposite part for length TV would be 70 degree. So we have our first opposite. What about the length at centimeter? TU. Right, TU will be towards angle V. So do we have angle V over here? No. What about the value for opposite side for length V? Okay, VU. So do we have angle T over here? No. So we are not enough information, not enough opposite side for our sine rule. So we cannot use sine rule. So if we cannot use sine rule, means we can only use cos rule. So for cos rule, it is very obvious that we have two sides and one included angle given. So we have side TU at centimeter, and we have side VU 5 centimeter, and one included angle 70 degree. So in order for us to use cos rule, first of all, okay, we try to observe the formula. A square equal to B square plus C square minus 2 multiply B multiply C and multiply cos A. Alright, so what's the value for our B? What's the value for our C? And what's the value for our capital letter A? So it all depends whether we want to represent a B equal to 8 centimeter or B equal to 5 centimeter. Doesn't matter because you still will get the same answer. But for this question, we'll represent B equal to 8 centimeter and C equal to 5 centimeter. And our small letter A will be represented by the length of TV, and 70 degree will be our capital letter A. So capital letter A will be represented in between of length B and C. Alright, so once we have gathered all the information from the triangle, we just insert all the values into our formula, and we get TV square equal to 8 square plus 5 square minus 2 multiply 8 multiply 5 multiply cos 70 degree. And please do remember, whenever we press our calculator, make sure that we type everything in one go. Right? So we get the answer 61.6384. And is this the answer? No, right? Because we still have square, so we need to put this square at the other side. So we need to square root both sides. Once we square root both sides, we get TV equal to 7.8510 centimeter. Alright, so if you notice that I'm using 4 decimal places for my final answer, so that whenever we try to solve question B, question C later, it will not affect anything, and because we have enough decimal places to begin with. Alright, so we proceed with question B. For question B, a quadrilateral TUVW is now formed so that TV is diagonal. Alright, so before we proceed, make sure that we update our triangle, since that we already have the value for TV. So I will write down the value for TV. TV equal to 7.8510 centimeter. Alright, and then a quadrilateral. So what does it mean by quadrilateral? Quadrilateral here means we have 4 corners. Okay, so if we observe the letter given, we have point T. Okay, so do we have point T here in the diagram? Yes, we have point T. And then we have point U. Yes, this will be our point U. Point V is over here. And then over our point W. So there's no point W here, meaning we need to draw it ourselves. So make sure that our point W will be on the upper part of our triangle. So let's say for this point W, I'm using a blue color over here. So this will be my point W. Alright, so I try to connect point T with point W and point W with point V. Okay, alright. So from here, we try to proceed with our questions. Given the angle VTW, right? So VTW means we have our angle over here. Okay, but then we try to make it much clearer. Okay, so this one is too big. Alright, so I write it 7.8510 0.8510 centimeter, and then this angle here over T over here, we write down 35 degree, and we also been given the length for VW, so VW equal to 6 centimeter, so we just write down 6 centimeter over here. Okay, so the question wants us to calculate the two possible values of angle TWV. TWV would be this angle over here. Okay, so I just label it with theta. Alright, so before we proceed, okay, let me explain about this question. We have this keyword 2 over here. So what does it mean by 2? Since that we only have one angle, theta. Okay, so we must remember for each angle, we are dealing with two types of angle. There would be the acute angle and the obtuse angle. For acute angle, it represents an angle that is less than 90 degree, and for obtuse angle, it represents an angle that is more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So for this question, it wants us to write down the answer both for acute and obtuse. Alright, so in order for us to find the values angle TWV, means we're dealing with this upper part triangle, and we try to find whether we want to use sine rule or cosine rule. So we can check. If we use sine rule, again, make sure that we have two opposites. Okay, so length VW is 6 centimeter, opposite with, okay, so I write nicely. Wait, I do it again. Alright, so for this length 6 centimeter, the opposite would be 35 degree. So this will be our first opposite. And then for this length TV, 7.8510 centimeter. Okay, so it is opposite with the angle that we try to find out, the answer theta. So that will be our second opposite. So it is enough information, so we can use sine rule. Alright, so we're using A divided by sine A equal to B divided by sine B, and we try to find out what is our value for A, capital letter A, B, and capital letter B. So from here, we represent A equal to 6. Okay, so 6 will be our A, small letter, and then we have our capital letter A equal to 35 degree. And for our small letter B, we're using 7.8510 as our small letter B, and our B, capital letter B, will be our theta. Okay, so once we had gathered all the informations given in triangle, we just insert all the values into the formula, and we get 6 divided by sine 35 degree equal to 7.8510 divided by sine theta. Since that our main subject sine theta at the bottom part of our fraction, means we need to cross multiply. So once we cross multiply, we get the answer sine theta equal to 7.8510 multiply with sine 35 degree and divided by 6. Alright, so we just press our calculator all together. Okay, in one go, we get the answer 0.75005. But this is not the answer, since that the question wants us to find theta, not sine theta. Means we need to move out sine to the other side, and we need to press shift and sin and equal. So we get the answer theta equal to 48.6359 degree. And bear in mind, the question wants us to find two possible values. Okay, so this will be our first value. This will be our acute angle, since that 48.6359 degree is less than 90 degree. So how do we find the obtuse? Okay, so very easy. We just minus with 180 degree. So 180 degree minus with 48.6359 degree, we'll get our obtuse angle theta equal to 131.3641 degree. Okay, so there we go. We already have two angles for angle TWV. Alright, so for our next step, we need to update our triangle, our diagram here. So I need to write down the value for the value for our angle. But before that, okay, if we proceed with question C, using the obtuse angle TWV in B, calculate the length of TW. Means if we want to update this angle over here, we're using the obtuse angle. So for this angle, I just write down it like this. Okay, we're using 131.3641 degree. Right? Okay. So not sure whether you notice it or not. Since that we have angle for this W and we have angle for this T, can we find the angle for V? Of course, right? Okay, so how do we find this angle over here? Okay, so this angle over here, we just simply, okay, I write down over here, 180 degree minus with 131.3641 degree minus with 35 degree. Okay, so we just press our calculator. Okay, 180 minus 131.3641 minus with 35. Okay, so we get the answer 13.6359 degree. So that will be the value for our WVT angle, right? So the reason why I like to fulfill all the information that can be gathered, so that it will be easier for us to calculate our next question, right? So again, we try to observe question C, number 1. It wants us to find the length of TW, right? So for length TW, okay, I just write down question mark over here. Okay, so it have nothing to do with area, so we just leave out our third and fourth formula. That's leave us with the first two part of formula, whether we want to use sine rule or cos rule. So if you want to use sine rule, let us check whether we have enough information or not. Okay, alright, so let's say if we have the length WV over here, this 6 centimeter, it is opposite with angle 35 degree, right? Okay, so we have our first opposite and we try to find our second opposite. Since that we try to find the length for TW, so we are using TW as our first length. Opposite, okay, opposite with TW would be angle V. So do we have the value for angle V? Yes, we have 13.6359 degree. So we have enough information for us to use sine rule. Okay, so since that we're using sine rule for us to find the length for TW, again we gather all the informations in our triangle and we insert everything into our formula. So TW will represent small letter A and divided by sine 13.6359 degree equal to 6. So 6 here will be represented by small letter B divided by sine 35 degree. Alright, so since that our main subject here is TW on the upper part of our fraction, so there's no need for us to cross multiply. So we just move sine 13.6359 to the other side. Okay, so we'll get this type of equation. So TW equal to 6 divided by sine 35 degree multiplied by sine 13.6359 degree. So we just in one go using press our calculator in one go and we get the answer TW equal to 2.4661 centimeter. So that will be the answer for our C1. And then we proceed with question C2. For question C2, it wants us to find the quadrilateral TUVW. Alright, so before we start again, we need to update our triangle. Okay, so I just erase things that have nothing to do with the next question. Alright, and our new information that we can add on here would be the length for TW. Right, so for TW, I just write down here 2.4661 centimeter. 4661 centimeter. Alright. So in order for us to find the area for our quadrilateral, we need to split this quadrilateral into two triangles. So we have our first triangle here and our second triangle will be this one. Okay, so again, for area, we have two choices, whether we can use the third formula, 1/2 multiply A multiply B multiply sine C, or we can use the Heron's formula. So it is advisable for us to use the third formula. If we can use the third formula, so we just stick to it. But if there's no choice, then only then we use Heron's formula. Why it is so? Because Heron's formula, it does involve a lot of square root, so it is quite difficult. And if we can use the 1/2 multiply A multiply B sine C, it is good enough for us to stick with it. Okay, so for this area for triangle number 1, we have enough information for us to use the third formula. Likewise, for this triangle number 2, we also have 2 sides and 1 included angle, so we can use 1/2 AB sine C. Alright, so let us proceed. The area for quadrilateral can be split into 2, triangle WTV plus triangle TUV, and we're using the same formula for both triangle, and we're using 1/2 multiply by 2.4661 multiply by 7.8510 multiply by sine 35 degree plus 1/2 multiply 8 multiply 5 multiply sine 70 degree. So again, I remind you guys, okay, once we press our calculator, make sure we press everything in one go, and we'll get the answer for area TUVW equal to 24.3465 centimeter square. Alright, so we move on to example 2. The diagram shows 2 triangles ABC and BDE. So we have 2 triangles given, and we try to update any informations given into the diagram. Right. Okay, so it is given that the length for BE equal to 8.5 centimeter. So I write down 8.5 centimeter. Right, and then the length for DE equal to 4.6 centimeter. 4.6 over here. And AC equal to 5.8 centimeter. AC 5.8 centimeter. So it will be over here. Alright, so the first question A, it wants us to calculate the length in centimeter for BC. Alright, so for BC, yeah, we try to highlight the triangle. So I highlighted this triangle. Okay. So in order for us to find the length BC, first of all, we need to choose whether we want to use sine rule or cos rule. And from here, if we try to observe BC, I just write down question mark over here. For sine rule, we need to have 2 opposites. So this one here, the question mark, BC opposite to 101 degree. So we have one opposite, and then we have the other one. Okay, we have the other one, 34 degree opposite to 5.8 centimeter. So we have 2 opposites, means we can use sine rule. Okay, so BC, you can use sine rule as usual. A divided by sine A equal to B divided by sine B. And then we just add in all the values into the formulas. A will be represented by 5.8. And then A capital letter will be 34 degree. B small letter will be the length that we try to find, BC. And the B capital letter would be 101 degree. So we have 5.8 divided by sine 34 degree equal to BC divided by sine 101 degree. So in order for us to find the main subject BC, we just move sine 101 degree to the other side, and we get the answer BC equal to 10.1815 centimeter. Alright, so it's very easy for the first part. Second part, it wants us to find the length in centimeter of CD. So CD will be a small area here, but before we proceed, we need to update our diagram. So I need to write down BC equal to wait, try to erase first. Okay, so BC I write down 10. Right, 10.1815 centimeter. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, alright, so we need to find the length for CD. It will be over here. So in order to do so, there's no other way but to use the triangle, the second triangle. So I try to highlight it using this one first. Wait, so let it be blue. Alright, so I'm using a blue color. So this second triangle, okay, in order for us to find CD, first of all we need to find the length for BD. Once we have can find BD, we just minus it with 10.1815. Only then we can get the value for CD, right? Alright, so let's move on. Okay, so for length CD, first of all we need to find the length for BD by using the blue triangle, and we're using a cos rule for us to find BD. Why? Because it is very obvious that we have two sides and one included angle, 140 degree. And if we want to use sine rule, there's not enough information, there's not enough two opposites. We only have one opposite, so it is not enough, so we're using cos rule. And then we just insert all the values into the formula. BD square equal to 8.5 square plus 4.6 square minus 2 multiply 8.5 multiply 4.6 multiply cos 140 degree. Alright, so from here we get the answer. Don't forget to press the calculator all together in one go. We get the answer 153.3147, and we need to terminate the square. So we square root both sides. We get BD equal to 12.3820 centimeter. And then in order for us to find the length CD, we just deduct BD minus BC. So from here we get the answer CD equal to 2.2005 centimeter. So it is very easy. I go faster for this question, because for example 2, what I'm emphasized on will be the sketch. That one will be question B later. Now we try to solve question number 3. It wants us to find the area for ABC. So area ABC will be the triangle, the yellow triangle. In order for us to find ABC, we need to have two sides and one included angle. And then if we observe, we have the length for AC equal to 5.8 centimeter. We have the length for BC 10.1815 centimeter. So we need one angle in between these two sides. Alright, so how do we find angle C over here? So it is very obvious, whereby I write down here, since that the angle for triangle, we have 180, okay, minus with 101 degree, minus with 34 degree. Okay, so we press the calculator. Alright, so what do we get? 45 degree, right? Okay, so here we have 45 degree. Alright, since that we have one included angle, 45 degree, and we have two sides, so straight away we can use the formula 1 over 2 AB sine C. Okay, so we just add in all the values into the formula. 1 over 2 multiply with 5.8, multiply with 10.1815, and then multiply with sine 45 degree. So don't forget to press the calculator all together in one go, and we get the area for ABC equal to 20.8783 centimeter square. Alright, next for question B number 1, it wants us to sketch a triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, which has a different shape from triangle ABC, such that we have 3 conditions given here. So I highlighted this one first. So he wants us to sketch a new triangle whereby A prime, B prime, the length will be equal to the AB, and then the length for A prime, C prime will be equal to AC, and the third condition will be the angle for A prime, B prime, and C prime will always be the same with the angle A, B, and C. So angle A, B, and C, if we observe through the original triangle, the yellow triangle here, we notice that it is equal to 34 degree. Alright. In order for us to sketch a new triangle, first of all, we need to draw the triangle ABC. And we always start with the angle 34 degree, since that we cannot change the angle for ABC. And if we observe this triangle, if we cannot change the angle 34 degree, it means we cannot move the line AB, right? And what else? We also cannot move the line BC. So line AB and line BC cannot be moved. And the third line would be AC. So this line AC is the only line that we can change. And since that we can move this line AC, alright, but we need to choose whether we want to move point A or point C. Okay, but then this point, for point A, we cannot change it or move it to other area. Why? Because it stated that length A prime, B prime supposed to be the same with AB. So this line here, AB, cannot be moved, and it is linked to point A. So this side A cannot move. But then what about AC? AC also stated through the condition A prime, C prime supposed to be the same with the original length AC. So AC, if you observe, the value, the length for AC equals to 5.8 centimeter. So I just write down here 5.8 centimeter. So 5.8 centimeter. For the length AB, just now we have no value for AB, so I just mark it as right here. So it means AC cannot be changed, AB also cannot be changed, means point A we cannot move it around. So let us observe point C. Point C, the first part, AC just now 5.8 centimeter cannot be moved. What about BC? Do we have any condition regarding the length for BC? No, right? So if no, means the only point that we can move will be C. Okay, but then I know it is very hard for us to imagine. So my tips here would be using compass, right? So since that we can move point C, so we just point our pencil to point C, and the pointy part here we just put it onto point A. And from here, by using compasses, we can draw a circle. Okay, so from this circle we can observe that we have 3 dotted area can be found, right? By using compasses, it will be much clearer for us to find the new triangle. From these 3 points that we observe, we can see that from A to C, it is in fact a radius for this circle. So we also can draw another line, okay, and this line A to this second dotted point here is also a radius. The same thing happened here. A to this third dotted point here is also a radius. And normally, okay, I can write it down. Okay, so this point here, I label it as all. Okay, since that it is from the original triangle. And then the second point here, I label it as new. So this will be our new point. And our third point here, I label it as impossible. Okay, why impossible? Because if we move our C prime to our third point here, it is impossible. So because if we put C prime here, later A, C and B will be in one straight line. So it is impossible for us to place C prime on our third point here. So from here, okay, we can label again. A is our A prime, B is our B prime, and the new one will be our C prime. Okay, so let me change a little bit. So this C prime here will be our new point for C. So from here, it is very clear that we have our new triangle, okay, by looking at the point A prime, B prime, and C prime. But then we need to check whether we fulfill the condition given or not. Okay, so the first condition says that the length A prime and B prime must be the same with the original length AB. Yes, I didn't move length A prime and B prime, so I fulfill the first condition. Second condition, it says A prime, the length for A prime and C prime must equal to the original length for AC. So AC, as we can see, AC and A prime and C prime, and A prime with the C, the old C, is in fact a radius. So since that both are radius, means both are the same. So if both are the same, means this triangle is in fact an isosceles. So for isosceles, we know that this angle over here are the same, right? So the angle over here are the same. Okay, and then as we can see, okay, our second condition has been fulfilled. And then our third condition, it says the angle for A prime, B prime, and C prime will always be the same as the original angle for ABC. That would be 34 degree. So 34 degree will be here. So it's still the same. So we have get our new triangle A prime, B prime, and C prime with 3 conditions fulfilled. Okay, so our next question for B number 2, okay, it wants us to find the angle for B prime, A prime, and C prime. Okay, so A prime, B prime, C prime, B prime, A prime, C prime. So that angle will be over here. Okay, so this angle here we need to find. Okay, so there's no need for us to use sine rule, cos rule, since that we have shown through this diagram over here that we have an isosceles triangle. So for angle the all angle for this C point. If we look into the original triangle, the yellow triangle, we notice that the angle for A, C, and B equal to 45 degree. Means we already have the value for our angle over here. It is equal to 45 degree. So if this one is equal to 45 degree, means this one also are the same, 45 degree. Okay, so if this one is 45 degree, can we find the angle at the other side here? Can, right? Because one straight line, the angle will be equal to 180. So 180 minus 45 equal to 135. Okay, so this angle over here is equal to 135 degree. Alright, so since that we have 34 degree for angle B prime, we have 135 degree for angle C prime. Can we find the angle for A prime over here? Absolutely, we just minus with 180, right? Okay, so from here, okay, we can find the angle for B prime, A prime, and C prime by place our calculator. 180 degree minus 135 degree minus 34 degree, so we can get the angle equal to 11 degree. Okay, we start with example 3. So for example 3, it is more emphasized on three-dimensional and shortest distance. Okay, so we start with question A. The diagram shows a quadrilateral ABCD, and it wants us to calculate the length in centimeter of BC. Alright, so the length for BC, if we observe the triangle ABC here, we are dealing with an isosceles triangle. So for an isosceles triangle, we can find the angle for B and C, right? Since that we have 180 degree minus with 34 degree, we get 146 degree, and then we divide with 2, so we have 73 degree for angle ABC. So I just write down, so this angle I write down as 73 degree, and the other one also the same, since that it is an isosceles. Okay, so 73 degree, and this one I just write down as centimeter. Okay, so what are we going to use to find BC? And are we going to use sine rule? Yes, because we have two opposites. Okay, so I just label BC as a question mark. So this question mark opposite with 34 degree, and this at centimeter opposite with 73 degree, and the other one at centimeter also opposite with 73 degree. But then for this question, I want to use cos rule, since that for cos rule, okay, wait, I change the arrow. Okay, so for cos rule, A square equal to B square plus C square minus 2 multiply A multiply B multiply cos A. We can use we can use 34 degree as our included angle, since that both sides are given at centimeter and at centimeter. So I just add in all the values within the cos rule, and once I get the answer 21.8832, so I move out the square, becomes square root, it becomes BC equal to 4.6779 centimeter. So this one I go fast, since that we have a lot of questions to discuss. And for question number 2, it wants us to find the angle for ADC. So ADC, I just highlighted the angle for ADC. So this angle ADC. Okay, so the second part for this quadrilateral, this triangle ADC over here. Okay, so we have 6 centimeter for the length CD. We have 8 centimeter for the length AC, and we have the angle for CAD 42 degree. So the question wants us to find ADC. Okay, ADC, I try to mark it as theta over here. Alright, so can we use sine rule? Okay, for sine rule, this theta opposite with 8 centimeter, so we have one opposite, and then we have this 6 centimeter opposite with 42 degree, and this will be the second opposite. So we have two opposites, means we can use sine rule. Right, so for sine rule, we just include all the values into the formula. 8 divided by sine theta equal to 6 divided by sine 42 degree, and then we just move out sin theta. No, for this we need to cross multiply, since that our main subject sine theta at the bottom part of our fraction. So we cross multiply, and then we shift sin. Later we get the answer for theta equal to 63.1477 degree. So the answer for our angle ADC equal to 63.1477 degree. Alright, so we move on to question number 3. Number 3, it wants us to find the shortest distance from point B here to line AD. So this one, it wants us to find the shortest distance from point B to line AD. So we cannot guess this line over here. Let me show. Okay. Alright, so I cannot choose this line B to A as our shortest distance, since that it involves a line for A and D. And I also cannot choose B towards D as our shortest distance because it only points to D. But then if I choose one point from B to somewhere onto the line AD, but with a condition whereby with a condition that this line here, it can be 90 degree. So anything that is in a shortest distance from one point to another line, we must create a 90 degree distance. Okay, so for this B to this point here, I just name it as point M. Okay, so this line here will be our shortest distance from B to AD. Okay, so first of all, if you want to answer this question, we need to take out this triangle here, A, B, and M. Okay, so we move it out. Alright, so this green triangle, now we can create our 90 degree over here. Okay, so our 90 degree. Okay, and in order for us to find the shortest distance, means we need to find BM. So what is the length for BM? Okay, I just mark it as a question mark over here. Okay, alright, so do we have the length for AB? Yes, 8 centimeter. So I write down 8 centimeter over here. Okay, so what else can we find? Can we know the angle for A? Okay, if we observe through the quadrilateral, we have 34 degree and 42 degree. So 34 plus 42 equal to 76. So I write down 76 degree. Alright, so for us to find the length for BM, okay, we can use Sauve-Chartois. We cannot use Pythagoras theorem because we only have one length, so it is not enough. And then I can use Sauve-Chartois. Which one do we use? So, cha or tois. So, sine opposite hypotenuse, cha, cos adjacent hypotenuse, tois tangent opposite and adjacent. So we are using so. Okay. Right. So So from here, we know that sine theta equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse, and normally for hypotenuse, it is opposite with right angle 90-degree angle. Okay, so the one that's opposite with 90-degree angle will be the longest length that we have in this triangle. Alright, so we proceed. Since that we have our angle 76 degree, we just insert sine 76 degree equal to BM. Okay, the length for BM, BM here represent opposite. Opposite from 76 degree would be BM. So I just write down like this. So 76 is our opposite, and then we have hypotenuse. Hypotenuse equal to 8 centimeter. So we just write down divided by 8 centimeter. Alright, so we try to move out 8 to the other side. We get BM equal to 7.7624 centimeter. So it is very easy. So we proceed with question B. For question B, the diagram shows a pyramid with a triangular base PQR on the horizontal plane. So for horizontal plane, it is the one that is in a blue color here. Right, it is given that PQ equal to 3 centimeter. So I need to write down, need to label PQ equal to 3 centimeter. Right. Oh. Wait, huh? So PQ 3 centimeter. This side. QR equal to 4 centimeter. QR 4 centimeter. And angle PQR equal to 90 degree. PQR means the horizontal plane here. Okay, we have 90 degree for this part. Okay, 90 degree. And then it also says that S is 4 centimeter vertically above Q. So S is 4 centimeter vertically above Q. So this one is also 4 centimeter. So the keyword here, it says vertically, means it is in the form of 90 degree also. So this one is 90 degree. So the same thing happened to the other side, the other triangle, 90 degree. Right? Okay. Right, we proceed with the question B1. It wants us to find the angle for SPR. Right, so SPR. So we take out the triangle. So these are all the information that's been given in the question. First of all, we can find the length for PS by using a theorem Pythagoras. So by using theorem Pythagoras, we can find the value for PS equal to 5 centimeter. And likewise, we can find the value for RS by using theorem Pythagoras also. RS equal to 5.6569 centimeter. And if you can see that the length for PR are the same with 5 centimeter. Okay, because the value for PQ 3 centimeter and QR 4 centimeter are the same like PS. So both of them are the same. And I need to label this one equal to 5 centimeter. Okay, so the question wants us to find the angle SPR. Okay, so first of all, I take out the triangle SPR, and then from this triangle, I get the angle for SPR 63.1477. For PS 5 centimeter, for SR 5.6569 centimeter, and PR 5 centimeter. Okay, so I'm using cos rule. Okay, so I just add all the values into the formula. 5.6569 square equal to 5 square plus 5 square minus 2 multiply 5 multiply 5 multiply cos theta. So our main subject here would be cos theta. So I need to calculate part by part. So I get 32.0005 equal to 35 plus 25 minus 50 cos theta. Right, so I move out 25 plus 25 to the other side, and I get negative 17.9995 equal to negative 50 cos theta. So I terminate negative 50 to the other side, and I get the answer for angle SPR equal to 68.9004 degree. Alright, and the last question, it wants us to find the area in centimeter square of triangle PRS. And we just straight away use 1/2 AB sine C, since that all of the information have been given. So we have 1/2 multiply 5 multiply 5 multiply sine 68.9004 degree, and once we press the calculator, we can get the answer 11.6620 centimeter square. Alright guys, that's about it for solution of triangle, and don't forget to do your exercises that's been provided by your teacher, and thanks for watching. Let's try some questions for this topic by using the QR code or link shown in the screen. You can check your answer with your teacher.